Okay, so one thing that we really do need to talk about is information overload. I just kind of feel like we're in the information overload situation right now. Let's go ahead and talk about the Nintendo Direct. So you guys already know by the title, I kind of felt like it was mid. Like it wasn't really good, but it also necessarily wasn't really bad. Like we have an opportunity here where we can actually push the marker of the Nintendo Switch 2 and really make it where it needs to be. But this time we didn't do that. And that's probably why it was a partner showcase. I don't know. No, it's no excuse. Most of the partners should have already known about the Switch 2 by now. They should have already been designing stuff for the Switch 2 and pushing it to its markers and stuff like that. So we're going to go ahead and dissect some of the games that I thought were worthy. And we're going to talk about some of the games that I'm just like, what are we doing? So first and foremost, you guys already know I'm excited about this. Hyrule Warriors. We finally got to see what this was doing, frame rate rise, how this was going to be played on the Nintendo Switch 2, how it was going to be presented to the world. And we got footage, we got everything because, and I've never played, but from what I've seen, all the other Warriors games did not hold a T to what Hyrule Warriors is about to do as far as frame rate wise goes, because they've always struggled on the Nintendo consoles, which is crazy because it is a Nintendo based game. So now that we have the capabilities for it not to struggle, I'm excited for it. This will be my first Warriors type game to where I can actually enjoy it to the fullest. But we did not get a date. I literally was thinking it was coming out this year, but we did not get a date. So if it is coming out this year, it's going to be like late this year. All right, let's continue forward to the game that started off the Direct. Monster Hunter Stories 3. That it started off the Direct, and it started the whole situation in a good direction. Like it really had me feeling like, oh snap, this is about to be a good Direct. And I understand you're gonna have to like do as far as like, you know, partners and stuff like that, you know, appease the partners so that way, you know, you get your money and then they get their money's worth, right? But this one started it off really well. Like it really made me want to get into the Monster Hunter series, and I've never played a Monster Hunter game. This was actually really, really good graphics wise, really, really good optimal wise, because just me looking at it made it look good. I'm going to mention one more game that I was like, okay, cool, but that's where it started to drift down. Dragon Ball Z Sparkling Zero. I have not played this game yet because I was waiting for a handheld version. Whether that be me getting a Steam Deck or if it was eventually going to come to the Nintendo Switch, which now it's coming to the Switch 1 and the Switch 2. And not finna hold you, it looks like a Switch 1 game. This looks like something that should have been, and I really mean should have been, pushed to its limits, but they chose the safe route instead. I feel like for the Switch 1 users, it's going to struggle. But for the Switch 2 users, it's going to be at the best frame rate that you can ever play it at. I've heard mixed reviews about Sparkling Zero, and I haven't played it because of that. I've heard that Sparkling Zero was the Budokai Tenkaichi 4 that we never got. I've also heard that Sparkling Zero just wasn't it compared to all the other games that we needed. So now let's talk about how the Nintendo Direct just went downhill. I started to see games for mobile. Plants vs. Zombies? Come on, bro. Like, let's really ask ourselves, what is our target audience here? Plants vs. Zombies. And I know that's a big market that a lot of people like. So parlay to you. It just wasn't a good parlay for me. And then let's also start talking about these other games that just really targeted towards the Switch 1, which is a big shout out to the Switch 1 users who still have the Switch 1 and are not getting the Switch 2. I felt like this direct was for you, but it was not for the people who have the Switch 2. But then again, I've said this already in the beginning. I feel like we're in information overload. Like, if we really think about it, that's probably why this direct was mid, because we just got Pokemon Presents, which was kind of eh. It gave more insight on Pokemon Legends ZA, and big shouts out to that. A week later, we get the Nintendo Direct. It took me 3 times to watch it. That's how bad it was. I wasn't excited for anything because it just seemed like stuff that I've already seen before. Just Dance, I've already seen that before. What was it? FIFA, I've already seen that before. Madden, I've already seen that before. Like, games that literally are on a loop from 2K, I've already seen those before. Let me see something that I haven't seen. Now, Chronos was actually a good situation that I had never seen before. I didn't even know what this was. So big shouts out to Chronos being announced and actually showing what the Switch 2 can actually do. But I don't know, just for me, it was mid. Let me know if you guys thought it was mid as well. Let me know if you guys thought it was bad in the comment section below. It's the SBZPlays, the gaming pirate. It wasn't even worth my pirate hat for this. I just have to be honest. Nintendo, we either got to do better, or we need to figure out how to like make these directs anticipated for. You know what I'm saying? Like, do a little bit of marketing towards that. But then again, Nintendo is at this point right now where they feel like they're the biggest, and they have been the biggest for the long time. So they can do what they want, because at the end of the day, regardless of whether it's good, regardless of whether it's bad, regardless of whether, as in the last direct, the audio is completely separate from the video, and we're still going to buy it. So, yeah, it's your gaming pirate. I go live on this channel every Tuesday and Thursday at 6:45 p.m. So come on in here and watch me play some Donkey Kong. That's what I'm playing right now. But if you want to hear more about what Nintendo is doing, go ahead and look right here. It's going to be a video about the key cards.